I'm going to introduce a pair that is going to show us the beauty of collaboration in the moment, the beauty of something unfolding. So, have you all got your paper airplanes? Just get them ready, that's it. Just get them ready, that's it. Let me introduce Lex and Gillian to the stage.
Hello. Very nice. Everybody very busy, like that. So probably a few of you thought, oh, I don't have to do this. It's probably something silly, and I really don't want to get into that. And I maybe have to do it in a group, and it's very early. But come on, get into it. Actually, if you think of a small sentence, that's also okay. It doesn't have to be just one word. It could be a short sentence, and I'll use it anyway. This is good, because now you have to come up with it in the moment, and that's exactly what I want you to do. If you don't remember how to fold the airplane, you can actually ask your neighbor. It's a nice start of this day. Don't overthink it, just go for it. Crafts class. The first airplane that I would like you to fold is the one with the words or the short sentence that you are now allowed to write. With the negative, the things you don't like. That one has to be ready. Help each other out, come on. Some people are doing absolutely nothing. Other ones have red faces and are panicking. There you are. And there's some people dangerously ready looking at me like I'm going to get you. It's okay, I've done this before and I can still actually use those two eyes. So, when you're going to fly them to the stage, a few of them won't make it. So, I would like you also to help the paper airplanes that landed right beside you. Don't think like, oh, I don't really care about those. It's not mine. Pick them up and get them to the stage. Just pick them up, and every time something passes or hits your head, don't take it personal. Just pick it up again and get them all to the stage. The more ideas we get, the more this will work. Are you ready? Oh, it's a little panic there. They're still in the back, yeah. They're in the back. Come on, you can do it, girls. You can do it. It's interesting how the younger generation's having difficulty folding the airplanes. What's going on? Come on. Very good, very good. Very good. Excitement. Very good, very good. Tension, excitement. Great, great, great. Yeah. Can you hold the green airplane up in the air? Lovely, lovely. Anyone having difficulties, needs help right now? I think you're all good, right? Okay. I'm scared, officially scared. But I think 3, 2, 1, go! And pick the ones up that landed beside you and get them to the stage. Yes. And more, I need more. It's not enough, I need more. That one's. Fabulous. Yeah, bring them on, bring it on, bring it on. It's never enough. Fantastic. As this, what we do is all improvised. Thank you very much. Thank you. The red ones, yeah. I know it's confusing. But the red ones, no. The red ones, hold on to your red ones for now. The red ones that are here now, it's fine. So anyway, this is improvised. So I just said, we might need some help to actually gather the papers. And this is what you get. I just ask, and everybody collaborates. Never done it before. They have no clue what I'm going to do. And still it works. Just explain. I improvise. At a certain point in my life, I had to. It was the only solution I had to staying alive. This, I made my job. I improvise with what I have. And I'm a singer. I had a nice voice. I trained it a bit. I have an okay brain. I see pictures, and from those pictures that I see, I create songs on the spot. And today, I'll create songs with all the words that I got from you. Nothing that we will do has been done before. The music has never been played, the melody I sing has never been sung before, and the words are yours. So, just to show you that in collaboration, when you improvise, it might just work out okay. Somebody else? I think the word people is going to come along a few times. Yay, thank you. Yeah? Yeah, and just keep them coming. So just to be very honest, sometimes I run into a word that doesn't work for me, and then I just throw it out. Yeah, that's the truth. And that's life. Sometimes you come across things that you just can't work with. You throw it out. Don't make a big deal about it. It just doesn't work. Just go on. Go on to the next. Do it with a big smile. Continue. This is Gillian. Gillian improvises everything as well. Are you ready? Are you inspired? Are you inspired about what you don't like about collaboration? Woo. All right. Somebody already cried the text off. It's just completely run. First batch. Do we really have to do this? I don't really feel up to this. Prefer to follow my own plan. Things I always understand. Yeah, I have my team, yeah. Follow my way. But when I need to collaborate, I have to listen to what people say. Oh, there's confusion, 'cause he wants this and she wants that. Oh, there's illusion, 'cause how we're gonna get to that sweet spot? I feel so much resistance. I am not gonna do it. Maybe I'll just fake it. Yeah, we talked. And do something else. And what about the conflicts constantly? 1, 2, I want this, and what do you want? I miss your point and you miss mine. Let's fight a bit more and not get anywhere. The misconceptions of all that we want to achieve. Are you listening to me? I believe in me. But it's we that makes it work. Meanwhile, it's hurting a little bit. While you're at it, then there's the lack of trust. The lack of trust, of course, it must be there if you want it to work. Relying on others, isn't that hard? For the outcome to be good. And there it is again, you misunderstand. In this group that you wouldn't sit down with in the first place. Erase those thoughts. You need the courage to fly. But up high, you feel disconnection. You don't have your safe ground, don't you? To stay on. Maybe not easy. Maybe you're freer, you think alone in your plan. And then there's bureaucracy, slowing it down. There's the external hand, slowing it down. It's not as you planned it at first, again as you planned it. And the slowness kicks in. What's there to win? Having to deal with people that you don't understand in the first place. Hard work, harder than anything before. Why would this be if you go to the core? If you go to the core, all of them sitting in the same attitude, all of them sitting thinking, this is not gonna work. It's so slow and boring, and I have my way, I like my way, let's get back to my way. Start off a day like that, not wanting to fold paper airplanes or writing something down, not wanting to help along the plane that landed next to you. What good will it do you? That one didn't work. This one I don't understand. There's different agendas. There's hidden agendas. There's a big smile, but nobody's really laughing. There's friction, hidden emotion. More people you'll have to deal with, and the lack of responsibility, because, hey, we're just trying, so the outcome is free. The lack of responsibility just won't make it work. I'll get a new badge. More slowness, more distraction, lack of control. There's competing priorities, hidden agendas, taking way too much time, more conflict, lack of patience, no results. But I will show you in the next song that this is all based on fear. It's all based on fear. And we're all good at fear. I assure you, we just walked in here and we had a technical problem that was bigger than a house, and I was shaking because I want to do a good job for you. But then There's a microphone, there's a piano, why not just do it anyway? It's all based on fear. So I would like your red airplanes to see what it feels like if we collaborate based on trust, based on courage. Yeah, just get them in. And I need help. Yeah, hit me. I don't care, I can handle it. And help each other. Can you please turn up the microphone a little bit? Can I have a little bit more volume? Yeah. Thank you. I'm not done yet. I might screw the second one up. Yeah. I think we always have a choice. That was a nice one. And it actually, aerodynamics, very, very good, impressive. I think we always have a choice, and you actually feel it from the vibration, you know, the energy of the first song, because it's very negative and the words are very low. It's really hard to pull it up, you know. I really have to work hard to make it a song that everybody actually wants to listen to, because it's just, you know, I have to work with people and it's collaborating. It's really, oh my God, I'm going to sit there all day, you know, we're just going to have conflicts. And I don't, this is going to be a lot easier, I think. Nice. I learn. Thank you. Nice. There's a lot about what we do that we actually don't understand, me and Gillian. We've been doing this for a very long time, and we really don't know how it actually works. But it works, because we always go in it with whatever. Let's just make it amazing. And I think regarding collaboration, that is a very important thing. You just have to go into it thinking it will just be great. Here I sit. Can I have a little bit more volume on the microphone, please? Now I'm just going to ask for it. Thank you. That is fabulous. Here I am. Never thought I would be co-creating with you. Never would have spoken to you in the first place, and here we are. People are something good, 'cause we are all virtually the same. People are here for you, just to create a new inside. Everything seems possible now. I got no ideas I wouldn't have gotten without you. Co-creation at hand now. New discoveries to be made. Perspectives I haven't been able to take on. Things that I've looked at a million times, yeah. Already feeling satisfaction I could not create on my own. I feel it flow now. Yes, I'm working with unusual partners, thinking out of the box. I feel it, new possibilities flowing. And I am learning to get over myself, do it in different ways. The disruption is good, it's a good thing, yeah. We work faster if we work together. Divide and conquer. We work faster, more efficient when we work together. All these bright ideas that catalyze change, innovation around the corner. The impact will be bigger. Sharing ideas, yeah. Something new emerges, yeah. If we give in better ideas from diverse views, engaging with people, yeah. With the passion that builds upon each other, the sense of collective energy, more impact, more impact. We know more impact, it shows, yeah. More impact, coalition of the willing, free of fear. Increasing our shared impact, right? Together we can do that. Slowly learning how to let go of the green airplanes, giving into the sparks you feel. I never thought I'd be standing here, collaborating with you as you think. I never thought I'd be sitting here, collaborating with you, letting go of the fear, gaining new insights. It's here, the impact, the impact, the impact, the impact. Business for poverty, no longer to grow. Business against poverty, no longer to exist. Business can free our minds and hearts. New starts, collaborating for impact, for impact, for impact, for impact. I don't think I'm audible. Does this one work? Yes. I think the last part was probably just from the stage without a microphone. I hope you heard something. This is kind of a good example of just what you have to do. Just keep on going. Work with what you got. I wish you a fantastic conference. Thank you for trusting us, Zahid, and I wish you and Yvette the most amazing experience. And please, please do the best you can for really, really, really making a change in this world, because it's very necessary. And then you have to just applaud you, not me. But now.
How beautiful and powerful was that? Was it only me, or did you actually hear and feel the difference for the words that were things that people hate about collaboration versus what people love about collaboration? Did you hear the difference in the singing? And I couldn't even hear the words for what people hate, but I can definitely hear the ones for what people love. Beautiful. Thank you, Gilian and Lex. And by the way, just 2 days ago, these guys were performing in front of 50,000 people. Gilian was hanging from a wire in the middle of this huge stage, and they flew in just from Spain just to be with us today. What a gift. What a gift. Now, I would like to introduce you and to connect you with the co-founder of Business Fights Poverty, Zahid Torres-Rahman. Zahid is passionate about collaboration. Over his career, he has helped create nearly 20 networks and communities that bring people together for social impact. One of those has gone on to touch over 200 million lives in developing countries through access to healthcare, education, and other key services. Now he focuses all his energy on Business Fights Poverty, which he started with his lovely wife, Yvette, 10 years ago, and which has grown into the world's largest network of its kind, bringing together tens of thousands of professionals to cooperate around pressing global challenges. He is a voracious connector, and when you meet him, when you see him, you will know why his drive to find connections and explore new ways of bringing people together for social impact is insatiable. Please welcome him to the stage.
Well, thank you for that introduction, Nina, and what a beautiful way to start our journey of reflection. A reflection about what collaboration means to us. I see you. I see each of you. Some of you I've known for 13 years, and I see you, and we worked for a long time together. And it's so great to see so many long-term friends and acquaintances in the audience. Some of you will become my friends today, and we'll have a friendship for a very long time, and I'm looking forward to that. But when I see you, and I see all of you, it reminds me of why I love collaboration. It's because collaboration turns all of this beauty into the opportunity to make the impossible possible. Collaboration creates the opportunity, the possibility of doing the seemingly impossible, and that's why I love it. And that simple idea is what led my wife Yvette and I to set up Business Fights Poverty. We wanted to create a safe space for relationships to grow and to flourish. And we've watched with pride as we've seen new bonds being made across traditional divides. And that's been so wonderful to observe. And, when I think about the journey that we've been on, thank you for that amazing introduction. To be honest, I've been doing this for 22 years now or so, and it's what drives me. It's what I do every day. I'm passionate about it. But I haven't always been the connector that some people see me as. In fact, to be honest, for much of my life, I felt completely disconnected. I grew up as a young immigrant in the UK, parents going through a divorce, yearning for belonging. My life was falling apart. This was when I was around sort of 10, 11. And then one day in, I think it was 1982, 1983, when I was about 12 or so, I remember vividly a story that my grandmother told me. And I used to visit her a lot. I loved the visits. And on this particular occasion, she lived in a place called Ruislip, which is sort of north of London. Some of you might know it. And I just remember it was a time when you could smoke inside, if you remember that time. And so it was a very smoky environment, very dark. She was this frail old lady, and I remember just seeing her. And she told me a story, as she often did. It was a love story. And let me just show you a picture here, if I can get it up. Just bear with me for a second. So, this is my grandmother. There was something unusual about this love story. So she was around 20 when she met this man. What was unusual about it is she was Anglo-Irish. He was an Indian engineer. They met right in the heart of the British Empire. It was in Burma at the time. And they fell in love. For their love, they paid very dearly. She was thrown out of her family. Her friends threw her out. And you can imagine what that must have been like, to lose everything, to be ripped from your social fabric, to not be invited to family gatherings, to not have your parents ring you to say happy birthday, to not have your children hugged by their grandparents. So that time, at that place, it was all about segregation. It was about privilege based on the colour of your skin. And what was amazing about this, and what inspired me in hearing that story, is that they did that anyway. Despite the division around them and the world they lived in. This was 30 years before interracial marriage was legalized in the US. 30 years before the US Supreme Court made it legal. Just imagine how much she loved him and how brave they were. Because despite the division, despite the world of disconnection they grew up in, they said to each other, "I choose you." And that was such a moving story for me at the time. And it just, as a boy whose life, as I say, was pretty difficult at the time, it showed me what connection looks like. And I wanted that. I wanted that connection. And if I think of how I got to this stage today, it's because of that moment. It's because I saw the beauty of what connection could do. In the darkest moment, she showed me that in disconnection you can find the bright, insatiable light of connection. And that's what drives me now, and that's really where I get my passion for connecting other people. And that's been my journey for my whole career. And it's got me thinking about today, 2017. We live in a world that is divided. It's full of disconnection, and it makes me think we have to think about collectively what we can do. I've got two daughters aged 8 and 12, Alara and Amaya, and when I look into their eyes, I know I want the world to be a better place for them. I don't want them to grow up in a world where they earn 20% less because they are a woman. I will not let that happen. And I think, for all of you, just take a moment, think, if you've got kids, a niece, a nephew, what are you non-negotiable about? What would you not stand for in their future? And what world do you want to create? Because one thing I know is that we cannot create that world unless we collaborate. So that is the power of collaboration. It's not a nice thing to have, it's a must-have. It's an urgent thing, and we've got to get better at it. And so that's what we want to focus on in this couple of days. Now, of course, there was no one better at collaboration than the great man whom this room is named after, Nelson Mandela. And there are many stories about Nelson Mandela. One of them, though, I came across was this amazing interview with a man called Christo Brand, who you might have heard of. He was one of the jailers of Nelson Mandela, and when he first went to Robben Island, he was 18, it's like 1978. And he was a pro-apartheid 18-year-old in the heart of that system. But when he met Mandela, and some of you may know this story, it's a very, very moving story, he was respected, and he felt respect in return. He ended up seeing Mandela as his father figure. That's how he described him in his interview. He said, Mandela treated us as human beings, not as black, not as white, but as all the same. Out of that unusual connection came a friendship that would last a lifetime. There was one occasion where the jailer allowed Mandela to have a visit from his infant grandson and give him a hug, which was completely against the rules at the time. Later on, Mandela went on to visit Christo and his family, held his infant son. After he had been released from prison, once he'd retired from being president, his foundation actually gave a scholarship to that same son. And it's just one story of the amazing collaborations that Mandela embodied. I mean, there's many others. The collaboration, of course, with de Klerk that brought to end the peaceful transition away from apartheid, and for which he won the Nobel Peace Prize. In 93, the coalition government he formed when he first came to power in 94, with his former adversaries, including the Zulu Inkatha Party, walking onto the rugby field in 95 with a green Springbok T-shirt to basically an Afrikaner crowd, and for that crowd to chant at the end, Nelson, Nelson, Nelson. Nelson Mandela embodied the power of collaboration. He embodied the simple idea that, as he says here, cooperation is just something you do to achieve a common goal. If we know the world we want to create, and we know we can only get there together, then collaboration is simply the most important thing we need to focus on. So that's why, for us at Business Fights Poverty, we take very seriously our role in building the safe space for collaboration to happen. And we've been thinking about this and thinking about this. How can we do this better? And so we reflected on our own journey about what we learned about what makes collaboration effective. And we boiled it down to 3 beliefs. The first is core. Collaborate around your core. When we collaborate around our core, we are more energized. There is nothing more powerful than 2 people or 2 organizations collaborating around that core. And what I mean by that, if you're in business, it means using your core business models, your core products, your core services, your employees, your customers. If you are an employee here and you work for a company, it's all about understanding how you can leverage the power of your business to make a difference. It's all about engaging with people rather than just broadcasting to people. The second is connection. It's about understanding how we can all connect more effectively. And the amazing thing about technology nowadays is that it allows us to bring together the sum of human intelligence to do really amazing things. And the technology exists to create almost like a social brain that connects everyone to do things. And I think that's so exciting, the idea of bringing in diverse perspectives. And the third is intention. When we are in movement, then we are in action. We are more effective when we have a thing that drives us, that pulls us forward. And we're just more effective, and we just do stuff. So at Business Fights Poverty, we've been thinking about what this all means for us. And so some of you already partner with us. In fact, who here already partners with us on something? Just put your hand up. Yeah, great, thank you. It's quite a few, great. Some of you, the approach may not be for you, and that's fantastic. No, it's amazing still to connect with you. Some of you might start to collaborate with us in the near future. And just so you know what it looks like, there's basically 3 things we will do with you. The number one thing is we will identify a challenge that is core to your social impact mission that would be transformative if it was solved. The second is we will focus on a very clear, high-energy process that brings in the most brilliant people and the most passionate people from across our network to try and solve it. And the third thing is this, relationships. Because that is our theory of change. If we can build and deepen trust-based relationships, then anything is possible. And so that is what we try and focus on. High-quality outputs underpinned by great relationships. So one of the things, as I reflect on this, there's one relationship that has been pretty critical to my own journey. Yvette, where are you in the audience? Is Yvette here? Okay. Well, I just recognize Yvette when she comes back in. But Yvette and I have been together 25 years, and I've realized that that creates for us that safe, stable, compassionate place from which we can then build that stable, safe space for others to connect. And that really is what drives a lot of what we do. So I'd like to close with an exercise. If you close your eyes, I want you to think about something that you achieved that you're proud of. Something in your personal life or something in your professional life. Maybe it's a sporting achievement. Maybe it's a job you got. Maybe it's a country you managed to visit. Just think about it. Think how you feel about that. Now think about someone who helped you get there. Think about that person. Think about a specific person. And imagine that person standing right in front of you now. Look into their eyes and say thank you. And take a deep breath. And open your eyes and just look around you. Because every single person here has got to where they are because of a collaboration they've had. Collaboration is in the fabric of what we are. It is why we are in this room, and is what's going to make the difference in the future. What if we have everything we need here in this room right now to tackle income poverty, to help the billions of people who live in poverty, to help the 750 million people who live without access to clean water, to help the 830 women who die every day in childbirth or because of pregnancy. We might have that right here. The person next to you might be just the right person to take you on the next phase of your journey to scale your impact. What if we make the connections in these 2 days that help you on your own journey? What if? Thank you.